Karl got $10,000 in credit card debt. He's getting his tax return back. Let's say he got $12,000 from his tax returns. He's going to take it and pay off his credit card. Jamal says, do not pay off your credit card.
When I heard Karl talking about it, and this is a cycle that he was doing over and over again every year, he would purchase vacations, do improvements to the house or whatever, all on his credit card. And then when tax season come and he got the what is it called? The tax return. He was just going over that same cycle over and over again. And it was like, it wasn't taking him to the next level, it was doing anything for his family, but it was allowing him every year. Yeah, it was allowing him though to feel like he was doing something that year at that moment. And I was just like, bro, you got this, you need an out. If you think about your life as a circle, right? You're just going around and around, Karl, every single year. Bro, what we gotta do, if you drew that circle in a pencil, we got to take the eraser and just erase a little quarter-inch of that circle. That's your out. So you can stop this cycle of going around and around playing it safe. And so I was just like, bruh. And the same thing like E, how you just said with Didi, as far as with the house, she felt like she was spending that money. And I'm like, bruh, you're not spending the money. You're transferring the money. The money is not lost. Whether you take that money, you give it to the credit card company and then let them now extend more credit to you. Right. You can take that money and invest it, use it as your down payment, your 10% down payment on an investment property, right? And then when you put that 10% on that property, that money is not gone. It's inside of the equity of the property.
Hold on, slow down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody listening, Karl got $10,000 in credit card debt. He's getting his tax return back. Let's say he got $12,000 from his tax returns. He's going to take it and pay off his credit card. Jamal says, do not pay off your credit card. Don't
continue the payment. I got to make sure we say this.
There you go.
Continue the payment that you've been making.
Your minimum. How much was your minimum payment, Karl?
It was crazy.
Minimum was like $400, something like that.
The minimum was $400. So nobody said don't pay your credit card bill. He's saying continue to pay what you've been paying. That'll keep your credit straight by paying the minimum amount. You keep paying that. All right, now, but take this lump sum that you get, and instead of paying off the billion-dollar credit card company for no reason, take that and put it down on the property.
If I pay off my credit card, then it'll allow my credit to go up. No, we're talking investment property, right? Karl credit was already at a good score, and we're talking investment property. So with investment property, a lot of times, they don't look at your debt to income ratio. They look at the strength of the property itself. They look at the overall value, the debt to income value of the property,
The person that's lending you money, they have very invested interest in this. So it's not like they're lending you money on you. That's what Maul is trying to say. They ain't trust your trifling butt. You got 10 grand in credit card debt. Apparently you ain't that responsible anyway. They're not trusting you. They're doing their own research on the property, and they're looking at the investment. So it's not heavily based on you like that.
So this is where the Ascension comes in now. All right. So the stabilization part in Karl's mind was, let me pay off this credit card and then get credit limit again, and then the next year go on vacations again, spend money on this credit card all over again, just so when tax season come, I can do it, pay it off again. Stabilization. The Ascension part comes now. Karl, use this money that you normally would have paid to the credit card company. Use this money as your down payment on the property, and then now the bank is going to give you the money to fix this property up. So all you need is 10% that you have that you're going to spend on your credit card anyway. That's all the money you have to come out of your pocket. The bank is going to give you the rest of the money to purchase the property. They're going to give you the rest of the money to fix the property up. So now once you got this money now and you put it into this property, the value of this property now, the value of this property is going to raise, right? It's going to raise. So now the money that you was looking to get back, or the money that you had, is still there. So you could refinance that building once it's complete. Right? You can refinance it and pull that cash back, and now you're right back where you started from, right? And you can use that money to pay off your credit card if that's what you choose to do. And at the same time, this is what Ascension part comes in at now. You're going to be cash flowing. You're going to be receiving net income every single month of over $1,000, $1,500, I believe, $1,300 or $1,400 in your case. So now you've leveraged that blessing that you got from your tax return, you leverage that to position you to now ascend, because now you can take that $1,400 net cash flow that you got and use that to cover your house note. And then now when a pandemic happens, when you lose your job, when anything happens, you got a safety net to cover your house note, and you still accomplish paying your credit card because you was able to refinance and use that money to pay off your credit card. So it's not saying you're not paying off your credit card. You're just you're leveraging what you have to position yourself to accomplish more. And that's what the Ascension mindset is when we're talking about with this whole credit card thing that Karl had.
Yep, and I joke, see, but I promise y'all, to this day, the credit card debt's still there, Mal. Like you took me all the other way now. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna pay the minimum until I don't feel like paying the minimum. My credit score ain't going nowhere, and I don't mind the little percentage they charge because, again, I see, Mal, I thought about this. Like, yo, worst case scenario, and I want people to hear this. The worst case scenario, Mal, I didn't think, whatever. Worst case scenario, tenants don't pay rent, COVID, whatever happens. I have probably $80,000 of equity sitting in a building that I did not have before. You're talking about going into a building with 10, 15 grand, and now the same building, if I can't do it, I can't pay it next month, bro, I turn around and sell that joker. I can walk away with, I probably won't get all, Mal, you lose some, but at least, let's just say, if I got 80 in equity, I can walk away with probably $50,000 that's worst case scenario.
Come on, man.
Worst case scenario. Let them know before you started out, when you was playing it safe, what was your net worth? I remember talking to you about net worth, and you was looking puzzled. Like, what? Well, this is what I make on my job. No, what was your net worth?
Bro,
what was your net worth?
Negative. I was in the negative.
And for everybody that's out there don't know how to calculate net worth, right? Net worth is your assets minus your liabilities equals your net worth. That's the equation. Your assets minus your liabilities equals your net worth. What was Karl just said it. He was making really good money with his job, but his net worth, what assets did you have? And then now, what's your net worth?
Bro, after having it's $300 and some $1,000 based on just the equity in the properties.
Come on, man. Hey, this podcast is brought to you by Make Real Estate Real.